Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. My name is Ethan Grush, and today we're going to be going over why your site structure for your website is so important. So first, I want to start off and basically go over what a silo structure is. So what a silo structure is it's basically a way to categorize and sort all the different content on your website. So this is just a brief example. So as you can see, you have your home page. And then let's say you have a living room section, and under the living room section, you have sofas and coffee tables, dining tables, and chairs. So for chiropractors, this is, let's say, your services. This could be neuropathy treatment, spinal decompression. This could be the About You page and a link to that About You page. So to kind of show you a brief example of what a solid silo structure would look like as far as categorizing content, it would be something along the lines of this. Now, with the silo structure, it's really going to be based on the heading, since most of the time, most patients won't scroll down probably past here. I would say 80% of patients will stay, or 80% of potential patients will stay around this area. So, with the silo structure for the heading, we have the About Us. The About Us, under that pyramid structure, we have meet our doctors, testimonials, services, different services you offer, what to expect. This will link to what to expect page, neuropathy blog, contact us, etc. So why is this silo structure so important when it comes to just creating a website for your practice in general? So there's two things. The first one being that it's a simple user experience for when someone comes on your website. So let's say they want to understand the services you offer and what you can do for them. They would go to services, they would click on either one of these services that you offer. Or say they want to learn more about you, and maybe they want to learn about yourself as the doctor and maybe testimonies you have. They could go to Meet Our Doctors or testimonials. Now, if you don't have something that's sorted like this, the problem you will run into is that potential patients that are trying to find something on your website, they don't know where to go. Because, like I said before, 80% of patients will stay around this area. Only around 20% will scroll down and figure out more about your website. So, if you don't have links to specific pages that you want your patients to look at or to research, then there's the first problem. The second thing why it's so important to have a structure like this is what are called internal links. Now, internal links are basically links that are going between different pages and different sections. So for services, we click on chiropractic care. Now, this is an internal link. So as you can see, if we just typed in this domain at the top, that would be our homepage. And another internal link would be services. And then another internal link would be chiropractic care. And what these internal links do is it allows Google to crawl your website and to crawl these specific pages to figure out what is going on in the content. Now, by crawling, they basically will go through the content and figure out what it's about, and then be able to make a consensus on whether or not they should index this page to show it on Google. And what indexing is say if you were to search up chiropractor near me. So all these results are indexed so that Google is showing these to people. So this is indexed, this is indexed. When pages aren't indexed, then Google won't show them to potential patients. So let's say that you have a page that should be ranking here, but it's not indexed. Then your competitors are basically going to take that spot from you just because that specific page that you have is not internally linked. And that's really one of the ways that Google finds any of your pages to see if they want to index them is they will go through these tabs and they'll figure out, okay, is there a link to this specific service? Now I'll show you a brief example of what you don't want. So this is in Google Search Console, which you can set up yourself. But what you don't want, as you can see in the green, that's all the pages that are indexed. So these are all the pages that Google is actively showing to potential patients. And in the gray is all of the different pages that Google does not show on the search results if anyone types in a certain search result. This is what you don't want to happen. What you do want to happen is you want the green to be at least 50% or more compared to the gray. If not, it's just going to hurt your search results, and any SEO or rankings that you try to get just won't work. This also comes into play is in your homepage as well. So what we found to be an ideal homepage as far as where to put certain sections, we first like to have a halo that basically halo with an image that goes over really the main service that you offer. So it could be chiropractic care, neuropathy treatment, spinal decompression, whatever. And then as well as a form. So like I mentioned before, 80% of patients will not pass the certain section. So we want to be able to capture their information beforehand. The second thing that we find works best is having your services basically listed out, so that if by chance that 20% that does scroll down and they don't click on either one of these, they're going to find the services you offer, so then they have a better understanding of what it is you can do for them. We then have the About You section. So this is basically a basic section about you, the doctor, maybe your team, how long you've been in business, the services you offer, things like that, just to give a more personal feel to what you do. And then the last section, or one of the last sections, is the location and hours. Basically being able to list out your address, how they can contact you, your phone number, hours you're open. And then last but not least, either your testimonials, which can either be right below this, or your blog section. So let's recap why it's important to have a website with a standardized silo structure. So first off, what is a silo structure? A silo structure is basically a way to categorize specific content on your website, whether that's services, blog posts, about you, testimonials, things like that. They're all categorized onto certain sections. Now, why is it important to categorize certain things? Because through categorizing, you can create what are called internal links to your content. Now, these are important for two ways. One, it makes it easier for a potential patient to go on your website and find what they're looking for. And two, it makes it easier for Google to crawl these pages to figure out what content is on them and then to index them. And we want to have more index pages than non-index pages, because all of our index pages Google is going to show to our potential patients. If the pages are not indexed, there's no way that anyone can find them. Even if you're supposed to be ranking at the top position for that specific page, Google will not show the page to your potential patient. And last but not least, it's always great to optimize your website for really the first section. So really down to here, because that's where about 80% of traffic, if not more, will stay at. And most of them will not go lower than this. So being able to have all the information listed at your heading and that silo structure, and then as well as a halo of what it is you do and a form that potential patients can fill out their information with. So I hope you enjoyed this video about really structuring your website the best way possible, and maybe you learned something new about silo structure. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below as far as what you'd like to know more about. And yeah, peace.